spying on men, hiding in a bush with binoculars. Like, I can see him. He's farting all by himself.
Huh? Kaboom.
So for Men's Health Month, this is a very good creator to listen to. The Dadvocate. She brings a lot of awareness to men's issues. Yes.
Womansplaining male behaviors to women, part 20. Does he leave nasty dishes sitting in the sink full of water and tell you that he's just letting them soak?
I mean, I do that and then I forget. Uh-oh.
Just got some food and it looks really good, but he's being really stingy and doesn't want to give me any.
Come on, man, like my food, man.
So can I have some?
Bro, what a weirdo. This is not... I'm sorry for this one, Chad. I don't advocate for this one. This is an animal. Isn't that orange chicken? Her hands are gonna be sticky, all right? I believe in making lots of foods finger foods, but that's a sticky foods, and I wouldn't even eat my own orange chickens this way. Look at his look. He's like, bruh. He's like, bruh. You can already tell like his feeling. I did the perfect screen. Bruh.
No. That smile.
I'm fucking done with you, bro.
Yeah, she's big like a piece of Bro, I've had friends like this who just like to antagonize you. Like, this is how brothers and sisters antagonize each other. What's wrong with you?
Fucking bitch, bro.
Are you serious?
Yes! What are you doing, first of all? What kind of animal eats the orange chicken by digging your fingers into it? Why are you recording him? You know what you did.
Are you serious?
Nope, hell no. She just took that way too far. Look, there are 3 things that—
Bro, she's just a garbage can. She doesn't stand for all women, Chad. I don't advocate for that one.
belong to a man that you—
Yeah, she was starting something, like, on purpose, right?
his partner, his money, and his food. And this is not a Venn diagram, okay? Just because you are his partner does not entitle you to the other 2. And look,
Not anybody acting like this to anybody means they don't, like, respect you, right? Like, anybody acting this way to anyone, like, doesn't know how to have normal relationships.
we've all been in that situation where our man orders something different from us and it looks so good and you want to try a little bit, so you ask. That is very, very different than putting your nasty doo-doo fingers all over his stuff before he can even smell it.
Bro, when I was little, okay, my parents still, say this when joking around, right? When I was little and like, my dad had a good food. Do you guys ever feel like somebody else's food is better than yours? When I was little, I had this all the time, and I always felt like my dad had better food than me, so I would go up as like a little kid, like 4 or 5, right? And I'd, like, quietly walk up to him, like, have my nose, like, over the counter, and I would say, bite. Bite. When I was, like, 4. That was my barter. I used the puppy dog eyes, and I was like, bite. When I was, like, I literally couldn't say, like, sentences yet. I had, like, very few phrases. And I always won. Like, my dad would pick me up and let me try it.
You hear that banging at the end?
Are you serious?
That was him throwing away the food. He was so upset. That hurt to watch. And look, I went full—
I wouldn't, okay? I'm so hungry. Like, if I was that hungry, I'd be like, bro, that was gross, but I'm still gonna eat it. I'm not about to waste the food on your account, but I'm gonna go eat in the other room.
detective on this video. I put my eyes all over it, okay? All right, this part of the clip right here. What do you see? Another box. Meaning, he probably got her own damn food, and she's the one being—
Oh, no, yeah. She 100% did this just to, like, start something. It doesn't matter if she did have food for him or didn't. That's not even in the context. And also, this isn't, like, a girls versus guy thing. If anybody does this, like, they're a stinker. Like, don't, nah.
selfish and greedy trying to get more. Or
That, like, takeout's expensive. If anybody does this as a joke, I'm gonna be mad.
devil's avocado, very unlikely given how hungry my boy looks in this video. Or maybe that was his second box and he
Like, plus she's filming you, right? So you know it's done for, like, the explicit purpose of ticking you off.
order both for himself. Guess what? He's a grown man. He's entitled.
See, he's nicer than me, okay? He just threw away the food and was disappointed. I would have grabbed that phone and like, it would have been tossed. It would have been tossed very far. I would have been so bad.
to ordering 2 boxes of food for himself without
I see where the problem is. It's the fact that you want to film this, all right?
having to worry about your doo-doo fingers going on it. And guess what else? You're a grown woman. Stop acting like you don't know how to order food. If
Nah, this girl is acting like little kids do when they mess with each other, right?
you're hungry, say it with your chest. Quit
You see 5-year-olds act like this, sticking their fingers in each other's foods or try to antagonize each other and not get in trouble with mom and who started it. Like, she's acting like that as a grown woman, man.
doing this thing where you go to
Why?
the restaurant and you order a salad, and you're gonna stay skinny, and then you keep eating half the fries and then half his burger off his plate anyway. Girl, I know you got Uber, DoorDash, and Instacart on your phone right now. You probably
Yeah,
gotta
we do gotta really stop with this, we gotta let the girls have their own french fries, okay? French fry positivity. Get the fries, girl, get the fries, okay? He's not judging you for eating the fries.
a cute little decorated folder for it and everything, okay? Men love hungry women, okay? Quit faking it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know any guy, like, even my brother, my dad, to my mom, anybody who's like, if there's any guy shaming you for eating the same food he is, it's like, brother, really? He's not judging you for for getting fries, I promise. And if he is, he's not worth it anyways. Get your own fries.
And Shakir, if you are watching this, dinner's on me and the council. Womansplaining male behaviors to women, part 20. Does he leave nasty dishes sitting in the sink full of water and tell you that he's just letting them soak?
Dude, I do this and I have ADHD and sometimes I'll forget.
Is he trying to get out of doing the dishes? Is there any sign
No, he probably he probably forgot. It's not that deep.
behind this? Is it just because he hates you and is trying to weaponize his incompetence against you?
I'd be walking right out on anybody who put this much depth into me forgetting that I was leaving like a pot that had like something in it to soak, because otherwise I'd have to like scrub the ever living crap out of it to get all the bacteria out.
Yes, yes, and no. First of all, if a man is doing something on purpose just to drive you crazy, you'll know because he won't be able to stop laughing. So this isn't.
Oh yeah, that is very true, bro. Like, I have a brother, okay? If my brother's doing something to piss me off, my dad does this too, okay? He'll be like, hey, hey, hey. My dad will start laughing before he does the thing. Like, he'll tell on himself ahead of time. He doesn't even get to the mischief and he already is giggling. Like, he'll come up like behind my mom to tickle her. And I'm like, bro, stealth is not rolling eye for you today, you goober.
Yes, he doesn't want to do the dishes. No one wants to do the dishes.
Like, he's already thinking of how funny it'll be if he gets away with it, okay? And it's so funny.
And yes, there's a science behind
Scheming! It's the scheming giggle, man. You guys tell on yourself too easy. You got the scheming giggle, just
doing the dishes easier on him, hence why he does it. There are actually two
Scheming.
mathematical factors that play into this maneuver. The first is path of least resistance, and the second is order of operations. Path of least resistance comes into play because when you allow the dishes to soak in the water, it gives the water enough time to penetrate the food, break it down, and reduce its ability to stain the cookware.
Yeah, you would think that, okay. I feel like women know this, okay? Like, it really does help. All right, I got tiny arms. I'm not like super muscular. I'm just gonna leave them soak. I might forget about them, but if I scrub them right away, it's like, I just know.
It's also way easier to scrub off at that point.
Yes, and I got wimpy little arms, so this is the way that we do things.
A more formidable order of operations, because instead of cook food, desperately attempt to scrub the food off without any time to soak, then
Well, also sometimes like the pans and stuff that you use are hot, and if you accidentally use too cold of water, it'll like shatter like cups and stuff. Just like let them cool off first.
finally eat dinner after the food is already cooled down, just to do the dishes again later after dinner. We see.
Have you guys ever seen a hot a glass bowl shatter? It's scary. Like, just leave it for a couple seconds.
Cook food, start the soak, eat the hot dinner with your family, enjoy some time in the evening with your family, then do the pans at the same time as all the other dishes later. Now, there's a time limit.
You can also, okay, if you're trying to rush it, you can put the stuff that needs to soak in one side with the hot water and the suds, and then the other side you can clean the stuff that doesn't need to soak, so that's all done, and the only thing left is the stuff that needs to soak for longer, so it's easier to scrub.
You can't let it go on for days or else it's gonna start growing like microbes and shit. But I think we've all seen cookware where when we're done cooking with it, we're like, this is gonna need an old priest and a new priest, and that's gonna need to soak for a little bit longer. Trust me, ladies, I did not want to believe it either, but after trying it, the men might be onto something here.
Bro, I've always done that. I don't know, mans. I feel like if girls are getting mad about this, it's
Womansplaining Men to Women 21. Men do not like being mean to women. If you have a problem, they want to fix it so badly. However, they also cannot help being smartasses if your problem is not a real problem.
Yes, because that's how they're treated this way, though. That's why. Because if their problem isn't a real problem with a real solution and it is emotion-based, then they will not be treated seriously for it. So it's not that they disrespect you on any level. It's that they've been taught this, and it's anybody who approaches them this way, they will have this response. You know what I'm saying? So it's not personal. It's not like he doesn't care about your issues. It's that issues of this kind that he can't fix, he's told not to take seriously usually. Like stereotypically, these are things he's told to suck it up about, right?
If you approach a man with a problem and it is a hiccup at best, I'm sorry, you're about to get roasted. He has to. I'll give you an example. I had a buddy.
That's how he copes, by the way. That's how he gets through the same type of things. That's how guys treat other guys, even if they're best friends. That's how they treat them with these things.
We had a girlfriend who was always saying things like, I should just get a boob job. All your exes had big boobs. I bet you wish I had big boobs. All the time. Finally, one day she said it again. She goes, I should just get a boob job. And he just straight up said in front of God and everybody, maybe you should. Sounds like you want one. Now,
I would end up doing that too, though, okay? Like, you can only take this offense so long, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just deal with stuff with humor.
His girlfriend, was this the right answer? No. But does he regret it? No.
Yeah, but was there ever a right answer? Was it ever enough? Like, if he did say, like, no, your boobs are great, honey, your boob is a like, because it sounds like she said this several times, so it's like, at a certain point, if you've always said, like, no, your bagoimbas are just fine, my lady, it's like, you're kind of, like, pulling up something because of previous women he's dated, like it's a problem, and he can't really fix that or change that, right? So he's just coping with it now with, like, making it into a joke because, you know.
Games win stupid prizes. Actually,
yeah, he was probably tired of hearing it over and over again. I don't like being lectured. Usually if anybody lectures me, I end up doing the same thing. I got in trouble with my mom a lot as a child.
Another one for you, fresh off the griddle. I'm actually still kind of mad about this one. So
all right, I've been put out in many times a timeout from my mother for my sassy mouth because I was...
His girlfriend is complaining to him about something going on in her life, and he's on his phone just kind of nodding, agreeing, saying like, yeah, that sucks. Well, I guess he wasn't comforting her well enough because she abruptly just gets up and goes, thanks for the support, and storms off.
Yeah, but she's okay. This is one thing, right? If she only asked one time, like genuinely, and not in front of everyone, the other context, right, is that they're in front of everyone. Apparently, they're, like, in front of, like, with a group of people, so this is not a private discussion. Like, that's the other context, right? If you're calling out, like, oh, I guess I should get a bagoimbas, because every girl you've dated has one, so I probably need one. It's like, you're literally, like, guilt-tripping this man in front of others publicly. And it's like, that's different than if you were, like, talking about something you're insecure about genuinely in private. Like, what are you doing?
And he's sitting there, like,
Ew.
That's when he gets his first paragraph in text form, yes, even though she's right upstairs, of her describing that he doesn't really love her based off of his actions. He tries to explain, I would have loved to hug and comfort and hold you during this if I had known that that's what you needed, but you did not communicate that.
Yeah, you just were being passive-aggressive and jabbing, and you did it in a public setting. And like, that's how you could tell, right? He's like, I would have comforted you. So you could tell that he's all right with that.
She proceeds to say, yes, I did. I said, thanks for your support.
No, that's sarcasm, no. You backhanded passive-aggressive Tim and tried to make him look bad, no.
He says, that's not communication, that's sarcasm.
Yep, that's you being stinky.
She says,
you're being antagonistic about this whole thing. If you don't antagonize somebody and you tell them, hey, this, like, really, really makes me insecure, genuinely, like, this stuff doesn't happen.
No, it wasn't. So he says, then you're welcome. Both situations.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not playing this game, you know? It becomes a game when you do it this way. And pretending like it wasn't one is silly. Like, nah.
that could have been easily solved if they just communicated properly. Situation 1, hey boyfriend, are you happy with my boobs? Yes, problem solved. Situation 2, hey boyfriend, can you come comfort me? Yes, problem solved.
Yep. If you just say like I feel insecure because blank, and you do this in the right setting, and you're not trying to do it passive aggressively, like attacking the person, yeah, then the problem is the ulterior motives.
Guys don't have problems
doing it in public and being passive aggressive about it and guilt tripping. Bad.
Either of those things. Ask any dude, a handful is all you need. But for the second scenario,
so based. I don't know. I do not know any guy that's like, I'm gonna need a girl to go and get surgery because what she's offering in that department is not good enough for me. I don't know a single guy that sticks his nose up and is like, no. Let me stick this on the scale. It won't do. It just simply won't do. Like, I don't know a single dude like that.
Mario, this is where I went from you can still work things out to you need to dump her immediately. Do you want to know what the personal issue was that she was complaining about?
The best pagoimbas are the ones in your hand. So true, chat. Very true.
So she was planning on visiting her parents, who happen to own multiple properties. They're not rich or anything, they just happen to inherit them after family members passed. So when she visits, she's used to using one of those homes for herself.
So wait, what does this have to do with whether her b****s are big enough? I'm sorry. This is how we somehow went from this to the b****s.
Well, she was complaining because this particular time she was not going to get to use one of the homes for herself, which was a major inconvenience for her because her parents were renting them out to Ukraine.
Oh, this is another story. Oh, I was like, please, no, what kind of backstory is this? I'm sorry.
So she was planning on visiting her parents, who happen to own multiple properties. They're not rich or anything. They just happen to inherit them after family members passed. So when she visits, she's used to using one of those homes for herself. Well, she was complaining because this particular time she was not going to get to use one of the homes for herself, which was a major inconvenience for her because her parents were renting them out to Ukrainian refugees from the war.
Okay.
As a Ukrainian, may I just say, whoa! Always remember,
spitting!
men will help you if you're not a dumbass. Use hints and men won't understand. Ask and they'll give you the moon from the sky. There's no other options. Facts. Men have conquered entire countries for women. In fact, for about 500 years between the 1400s and the 1900s, women were 27% more likely to wage war than men. And they weren't doing the fighting. Men were obeying what their queen told them to do.
Very true. There was the white knight sort many times through history.
And just so we're clear, passive-aggressive comments are not the same as asking.
No, they are not. Passive aggressiveness means you're now using, like, you're jabbing someone, right? You're going in with bad intent now.
I think Queen Isabella took Granada from the Moors, unifying Spain and giving rise to history's first global superpower by going, sure love that we haven't evoked that siege of Granada yet. No, it's fine. I'm fine. No, I love it this way.
This is true. Nothing would get done. Nothing would get done in history if the women were acting this way.
No, a queen is firm and direct and tells people exactly what she wants. That's how she convinced Christopher Columbus to go steal America.
Let's go!
Yep, that's right. The reason most of you
Yeah,
are
she's
here
right. That is actually historically proven.
because a woman told a man what she wanted. Oh, but keep thinking that the reason things aren't getting done is because he's not getting your hints. I'll wait. We'll all wait. Womansplaining Men and Women, episode 23. I'm going to cover a lot in this one. Okay, so I found this article on BuzzFeed that was things men secretly do that's gross. And I say secretly because men would freely admit to this shit. But I have to admit, a lot
BuzzFeed is a trip of all time.
of this stuff is efficient. Let's look at some and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, number one, and I knew this would be on here, peeing in the shower. I mean, duh, even urologists will tell you there's nothing wrong with peeing in the shower.
Why is this like... Is this having people that like have trouble sleeping at night? Like what?
What is the difference between peeing in the shower drain and peeing in a different drain a foot away? Besides, I know most of you are flushing with the toilet seat open, shooting the bacteria up everywhere. At least when you pee on
Ew,
the
stop,
shower
stop,
drain,
stop.
there's no
I don't want to
flu.
hear about it. I'm gonna be upset every time I flush the toilet for the entire day, lady.
That gross habit actually ties in with this one. Blowing their nose in the shower. Gee.
What is wrong with that? True alpha males are pissing and blowing their nose at the same time.
Sorry for reducing tissue
The dual blowhorn!
waste. It's not men's fault that the hot steam from the shower creates the perfect environment to break down the mucus and clean their nasal cavities. They're just opportunists. Cutting their fingernails and leaving the clippings laying around. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that women always go around the bathroom picking up every single piece of their nail they clip.
I was gonna say, how do you know this is only them? I feel like my like when I clip my nails, they always end up somewhere.
You know how women never forget to sweep afterward? Shaving and not taking the time to wash away the whiskers that fall in the sink. Oh yeah, that also reminds me of the way that women always clean out their long-ass hairs from the shower drain.
I was gonna say, yeah, he might be the arc villain of the sink, but women are the arc villain of the shower drain, because our hair clogs it more if you have long hair.
As if we don't do that thing where when we get a loose hair on our fingers in the shower, we don't like wipe it on the wall and create this weird wall of hairs.
I don't do that, but that's wild, man. I didn't know the dadvocate is an artist. I don't do that one. But I do like that. I do like the creativity.
Farting loudly when there's no one on the street with them. The sentence literally justifies itself.
There's no one next to them.
According to some philosophers, if no one was there...
Is there like a girl that's like 10 feet away with their phone that's like, I see that guy, he's farting by himself. What is wrong with him? I want to know the source right now.
Dan didn't even fart.
How did you find this statistic? Who is spying on men hiding in a bush with binoculars like, I can see him. He's farting all by himself.
Fart. On really hot days, shaking their leg vigorously to unstick their balls from their thigh. Ma'am, would you rather his balls solder onto his leg? Let him live.
My God, man, he's a victim. Jesus. And as if you've never seen a girl complain about how warm it is and like adjust her bra when it's warm outside.
Peeing in a bottle because the toilets are too far away. I think she's just jealous, honestly. I know I am.
Wait, what did she say? Yeah, I do feel like I have envy that I cannot pull this off.
That'd make road trips so much easier.
Yeah, right? Like...
Peeing standing further back from the toilet than usual just to work on their marksmanship. Y'all are really out here turning the average bathroom trip into the Highland Games. All right.
Bro, like, also, like, how do these girls know this? Are they just, like, pulling up, like, behind him, like... Do you need to put tape on the floor and be like, this is as far away as you can stand from the porcelain throne, or I'm going to question you. This is not a long-range toilet. This is only short range.
I might have penis envy. Picking out wads of toilet paper lodged in their butt crack. Oh my God, men have to hold in their farts, leave their balls stuck to their legs. And
yeah, this is a rough life. If you try to appease all of these, like, this is hell.
Their butt crack. Oh my God, men have to hold in their farts, leave their balls stuck to their legs, and now they have to leave toilet paper in their ass?
Yeah, apparently.
Talk about unrealistic beauty standards. Wearing jeans.
I'd be more concerned about the quality man that this entails. I don't like that.
More than a month without washing them. Now we stand.
Yeah, that is true. Get higher ply toilet paper. Don't get the flimsy stuff.
Purgatory jeans on this channel. It is the way. Eating something that fell on the ground because it was only on the ground for like 5 seconds. It's like nothing. Hell yeah, dude. Men are resourceful. They're not gonna waste that. Plus, they're gonna improve their immune system.
I mean, I do this as long as there's not like cat hair on it or something, or like, I don't know. If it's touched by something gross, I'm doing the 5-second rule. I paid the monies for it.
Going to the bathroom and letting the last drop of pee fall into their underwear. Ooh, ladies, you do not want to compare urine droplets to female dish.
I was gonna say, I think I'm disturbed. How do you know that? How do you know? Because I'm really concerned.
Letting the last drop of pee fall into their underwear.
Are you just watching? Is like your head over his underwear as the drop of pee goes in? You're like, aha! Like, because like, huh?
Ooh, ladies, you do not want to compare urine droplets to female discharge. That is not a war you want to fight. The fact of the matter is...
Yeah, girls' underwear is a lot grosser on average than guys' underwear.
Men are gross. but we love it. And society depends on it. Slaughterhouse work, plumbing, portable toilet cleaners, sewage cleanup,
True.
mortuary embalming, disgusting, filthy jobs.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do those. Thank God I'm a woman, because no thank you. No, no, no.
Love it. And society depends on it. Slaughterhouse work.
No
plumbing,
thanks. No
portable
thanks.
Toilet cleaners.
No thanks.
Sewage cleanup.
Nope.
Mortuary embalming. Disgusting, filthy jobs predominantly dominated by men.
Whew, yeah, we like that. I don't need that to change at all.
Because we don't want to do it.
I
We
do
all
not.
benefit from it, but most women are not willing to be that gross. So instead of being
I
mad
am
at men
not.
for willing to be grosser than us, how about a thank you?
Yes. Thank you, men, for taking these jobs, because I refuse. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.